from the New York Post. House panel votes to subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton over possible links to Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, my God. It's all unraveling, isn't it? And so, as I only half-jokingly say civil war, honest question, you guys. If the power structures of the political system in this country are accusing each other of high crimes, where do we go politically? I mean, if we as a country exist where the Democrats say Trump is a PETA who worked with Epstein and then do nothing about it, nothing happens, it's like, do you really believe that to be true? And if Trump accuses Obama of treason and then Obama never gets arrested and other Democrats go to jail, we're just basically all supposed to sit here and pretend that this country is in this disheveled state and just keep operating? Are we supposed to keep living normal lives under the belief that they have told us that these crimes are ongoing?
The thing about Obama that I find most interesting, and I remember I covered him, interviewed him, and when Trump got into office, I remember how robustly my profession questioned him, pushed him. You know, every day was a new scandal, and I always thought, I don't mind. You know, he should face robust questions, right? But that never happened with Obama.
Nope.
Never, ever happened. You never, ever got to the bottom of anything. He was treated very, very differently than Trump was, and so was Biden to that matter. And so as things are, you know, when it comes to Obama and the idea that there was some sort of conspiracy, people are more willing to believe that because they don't believe he was ever properly vetted, ever. And what do I mean by that? Like anything that he ever did it was great. It's sunshine and flowers. We're gonna, you know, everything's going to be awesome. And so. I think that there is a real curiosity out there to find out what the heck really was going on and what was going on with Brennan and Comey, right? And these intricate sort of storylines that are so intertwined. We need more intellectual curiosity in my profession to push this.
Well, but they're lying intentionally.
Yeah.
It's not an issue of intellectual curiosity. It's that they're intentionally misleading on these stories. Right.
Right. So the story never happens because nobody asks the question.
The way the media works is like you'll see a headline that says Donald Trump throws dog out window. And then you're like, oh, my God. And then your liberal aunt is going like, I can't believe he would do that. And then when you actually read the story, it's like the building was on fire and Trump ran in risking his life to save the dog. But as the fire destroyed the stairs, his only option was to gently toss the dog onto a firefighter, net to save it.
That happened at the last year at the assassination. They said like he fell down on stage.
Yeah, after loud noises. That
was the last bit for me. Like I'd been so disconnected outside of doing this show, like I feel very disconnected a lot of the time from politics, far more than I was 5 years ago. And that was just one of those things, like just threw me right back into everything that
Guys,
I hate about the media.
No. They've never taken this down. Yep. Here's YouTube, ABC7 Chicago. Donald Trump whisked off stage at rally after loud noises ring through crowd.
He got tinnitus.
I was laying on the ground.
He's got blood on his face in the picture in the video.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, there was a loud noise, Tim.
I was laying on the ground. I had only been 4 feet away from him when he got shot.
Really? You were that close?
4 feet away from him when he got shot. And the firepower went right over my head. And I'm laying on the ground, and this alert comes up with the story that he's whisked away. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm just had 2 rounds gunfire go over me. A man is dead 20 feet away from me. And that's the story. That is the moment.
Here you go. Snopes. Fact checked. CNN initially published headline, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. True. CNN actually ran that headline. You know what? I was we were in Wisconsin getting ready for the RNC event. The first thing is my phone's blowing up. It's ringing off the hook, and I open it, and it was before we knew if Trump was alive. Literally, the moment the shots went out, people were texting me like, "Shots fired, shots fired," and I'm getting like DMs, and I pull it up, and I'm watching the videos and waiting for someone to post the aftermath. And then we start seeing these come out minutes later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody watching knew exactly what happened.
Yeah. So that day, I was supposed to interview him, and he wanted to see me. I was supposed to interview him before then, and then it became that I was going to fly to Bedminster and do the interview on the plane. Before he went out of the rally, 5 minutes before he shot, he wants to say hi to me. So I'm like one of the last people he talked to before he went out. And the next morning, he calls me at dark 30 and asks, Salena, are you okay? Is your daughter okay? And gee, I'm really, really sorry that we didn't get to do that interview.
Yeah. I think I know what damning information may be in those Epstein files about Trump. It may be that Trump was actually, take a look at this, friends with Bill Clinton.
No.
Ooh, could you imagine if people found out?
Yeah.
I think they were friends, right? The Trumps and the Clintons.
Wouldn't it be like the ultimate letdown if after it all ends, he gets like locked up for real estate fraud because of the Epstein files? Like he did some shady, he wanted to buy Little St. James, and that's what he goes to jail for, real estate
It's like
fraud.
it's a quote from him saying, "I knew that my private penthouse at Trump Tower was not 30,000 square feet." That's the only quote that's in there. It's like, oh, we got him. Everybody knows.
Well, it was like 2004. He did have a bidding, like after the split between him and Epstein, they did have a bidding war over a property in Palm Beach. Yeah, like 2004.
Yes,
so they were
that's
rivals
true.
at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So it's like they went, and then all of a sudden now there's these fierce rivals.
And
I
all
like
this-
the idea that Trump wants to take him down just because he's mad about the bidding war.
I hate that guy. And look, this was all coming up again because there was a clip going around of, because Stephen Colbert is throwing his hissy fit about being, losing $40 million a year. And they were posting this clip from several years ago of Claire Danes on the show,
Yes.
where she accidentally admits that like the intel agencies are in contact with the media. And then Stephen Colbert's trying to shut her up, like, let's move on.
Yeah, he changed the conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely immediate.
And that's
immediate.
the stuff. It's like, I can't anymore. I can't
Well,
with this stuff.
The thing about my profession, largely in network news, is that they all live in the same super zip codes in either New York or around Washington, D.C. And they all, sort of hang out. They go to the same bars. Their kids are on the same soccer fields. And they all intertwine and use each other as sources. And so it is difficult to separate them from each other and not understand that they're often working together to get stories out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fact that all of them live in the same, like you said, the same zip codes. That used to be kind of the excuse for the left-leaning bias, right? It used to be where the people that were in urban areas, they were like, well, of course the media has a bit of a liberal bias. They all live in
Right.
cities, but they try to be fair. Even though they called Middle America flyover country, they're
Yeah.
still trying to be fair.
Right.
And I think that with the election of Barack Obama and then the election of Donald Trump really is what made it clear that it's not actually about just that they have a left-wing bias. It's that they wanted that access to
Yes.
the Democratic Party and to the establishment, and they wanted to feel like they were actually part of the policy-making apparatus of the United States. Unelected, but they were the mouthpiece of the Democrat Party and unofficially the mouthpiece of the administration.
Yeah, and that's the challenge being a reporter that lives out in the middle of Western Pennsylvania. Because I have very little access to traditional power when you think of presidents and lawmakers, but to me the real power is the people I cover. And it's people in Erie, Pennsylvania that decided this election.
Yep.
It's not anybody that's having drinks at a bar in D.C. that decided anything. And I think that detachment and inability to control the people in Erie, Pennsylvania is what has led to some of the things that we have seen happen to Trump, because he is such a disruptor. Right? And I've never understood why we didn't think that disruption would eventually come to American politics. Everything that we do is disruption, right? Think about AI. That disrupts everything. but it also pulls us together. In Western Pennsylvania, that silver you were talking about, and where AI is going to be made, what's going to be made in Western Pennsylvania, because we have the natural gas to fuel it, and they need so much gas, right? So everything, that power base is actually being taken away from them, and it's going to be the people in the middle of the country that make the AI.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.